All right, welcome Forex traders. Welcome to my live trading room. This is where I trade systems such as day trading, swing trading, and the full horseman. If you want to know how I trade those systems, I have links to those videos below. I upload videos about 3 to 5 times a week, and they're all rules-based systems, and it takes the human emotion factor out, which is the main thing that's holding beginner traders back from making a real profit. I place my penny orders in the beginning of the Tokyo session and in the beginning of the new week for all my trading systems. Again, if you want to know more about those trading systems, the link is below. So I had a whole video ready, packaged, and ready to go for you. I was just about to download the whole thing, and then my computer, I went to take a nap, and my computer decided to do all those uploads, updates, and it deleted my video. So we're going to have to go through and unpackage everything. I'm about to actually take a stop right now on the euro yen, but we're going to go through and unpack everything. Are you ready? Let's go. All right, so it's been a weird week or two with all this technology, computers, huh? Okay, so let's go ahead and get into where we started for the week. And this is everything that got deleted, so we'll just have to go over it. All right, opening up the full pivots. We had the trade set. Oh, you know what? I need to download my. There we go. Okay. Whoops. Let's get black. Actually, you know what? I've been doing red lately. It's good for both worlds. Okay, so let's do a light red. Okay. And it's not doing it for me. Okay, here we go. Okay, so where we left off. We were in here. We had the trade setup. We had a lower box. After we made a higher high, because we had a trade in here. I did not trade in here because we had a lower box. I do have an alert just in case price comes back up and through, but I did reduce risk once we reached this zone here. It wasn't a large enough take profit zone for me to take profit. It was only like 30 pips or so, so I reduced risk and I moved my stop loss up here, which we just took, and we'll go over that here shortly. I still have a lot of space between price and central pivot for the Canadian yen. For the Australian yen, I had the trade set up at the M2 right down over here. I had 2 trades on. I had this trade right in here, and then since price came in sideways, I took a trade right here, and I had an exit at the R3 and at the so R3 daily and R2 weekly. So we had those 2 profits right there, profit 1 and 2. There's no more trades left on that. This is the weekly take profit right up here. So what we're looking at is for price to come down into this trading zone for tomorrow. The pound yen, this is the trade setup, and the daily pivot was below the M2, so no trading, but we do have a trade set up for tomorrow. Same thing here with the pound dollar. Trade set up for tomorrow. The daily pivot for today was below the M2, but tomorrow's is going to be above it. So that's a trade set up for tomorrow. The Australian US dollar, same thing as the yen. I had the trade set up. We had trade number 1 right in here for a long. Trade number 2 was right here. Both take profits were right up in here. because this range from the this daily range right in here was extremely small, so I took profit right here at the weekly R2, or yeah, R1. The euros were a little bit different though. Did have the trade set up over here. Had a trade in over here. Had a trade in over here. I moved both my stops once we reached this zone. It just wasn't enough for me to take profit, but I did move my stop. Stop one was right here, and the other stop was right here. So I got taken out on both those. So a little bit of a mixed bag on that. Let's get into my what's going on with the Four Horsemen. I'm been bouncing off of support here for the CAD. Okay, so we've been bouncing off of this M2 for the CAD. Usually if you have a flat box and declining lows, then this is a bearish pattern. So that's something I'm worried about. I want this to go up to central pivot so that way I can move my stop here. I haven't been able to do that yet. Euro CAD, we did go to central pivot, so I jammed my stop. Took a really small stop on that one. The Australian yen, we entered here for short, moved the stop once we hit the central pivot to right here, took one level of profit here, price came up and stopped me out in the other two positions right here. So this actually all was a break-even trade for this. The only thing I'm really in profit in right now is the euro yen, but we still haven't even hit central pivot yet. Looks like we're making go for it now. Once that happens, this stop is going to come down to right here, which is let's see, it's gonna, in fact, it's going to come down to this latest high, because if my entry was here, this wave right here is this one, but this one is slightly higher, so the stop will be just above this one right here. So that's going to come down to there, and then I will have my profit taking zones after that. So I do need that to happen. I do need this to break here and continue on to pivot, and I need this to continue on to pivot. So let's see if that can happen. This is my resistance. You can see that triangle is occurring right now. Yeah, I will update that for sure. Okay, so let's get into the stats here real quick. All right, so let's take a look at the Four Horsemen. Yeah, you can see here that we're actually down by just a few dollars for the week, but we're floating. We have floating profit right now, but you can see the we're just going through a little bit of a slow bleed for the past few weeks. Just a slow bleed here, so it's a little irritating, but we I've been through that before where we have like a slow bleed. It's very similar to this right in here where we had a slow bleed, and then we had some great weeks come out. So we're going through that right now, and then I'm expecting a lot more out of this. So we haven't had a real nasty this is probably our worst drawdown right in here, this area. So moving on to day trades. This is all. I actually I need to update this one right now. Let's get into my. Okay, let's move this on over. Still have a few floating trades. So these are my swing trades right now. But let's get into that stop that I just took. And for some reason, it's not showing red here on the stop, which is strange. But this one, very disappointing because it looked like we had that one. This is going to be number 8213. All right. Okay, so let's dive into this here real quick. Yeah, really disappointed. I thought I had it, but it was a fake out. We had these wins right here, which are my Australians. 2 of them being the Australian yen, 2 of them being the Australian dollar, right in here. And then our 3 losses after that were right in here. So that's all. That's this right in here. And then, far as my swing trade goes, I do have the 2 floating right now, which are these guys. These are my Euro USD and Euro Yen shorts. So those are a little bit in profit right now. But let's take a look and we'll see what that looks like on the swing trading chart. Okay. So yeah, we had sold it right here. This is my M3, and once we made it a go for central pivot, I removed risk and moved down the stop. So we're at central pivot right now. This is my target way down here. Same thing here at the Euro Yen. We sold it right here. As soon as we made a go for central pivot, I moved the stop to just above there, and my target's right down here. What I would love to happen for this is a slow bleed down, and then next week have a target that's even lower, and then and then eventually hit that target. Let's take a look at the possibility of day trades for today. I think we're all caught up, aren't we? Day trades. Let's take a look. Okay, yeah, I think we're all caught up. So, we do have a possibility of a long on the pound yen for not for today. Same thing with the pound dollar, not for today. I do have an alert set on my Euro Yen. It's been a lot of whipsaw, man. I really thought that we were going to get one of these higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. And I thought that we were going to, because we had we had this higher high right here, and I thought this was going to be the higher low. So I thought we were going to be doing one of these, but we had a higher high and a lower low. So take out the high, take out the low type of deal. We got caught in it, but it did work out for the Australian yen and the Australian US dollar. Still nothing that we can do on the CAD yen. Still too far away from central pivot. It needs to come back to reset. It is 9:13 a.m. December 9th of 2020. All right, it's 10:02 a.m. So we are 4 hours and 2 minutes into the New York session. Take a quick look at where we're at. I am showing a possible bounce off central pivot for the euro yen. Go ahead and mark that setup. See if that holds. I do have an alert in case we break above the daily central pivot. And also on the euro US dollar, if this central pivot holds, this is the setup. Mark that out right now. Everything else is still in play. What's interesting is for the pound, we went all the way up to the the M3. So we went from M2 to M3. So we might be getting stuck inside of here. Same thing exactly at M3, or yeah, M3. So we went from M2 to M3. Take a look at the four horsemen. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. The four horsemen with the CAD. That's the danger right there. This right here, bouncing off that, that's the danger. What we need to do is find a way above it. But right now, the way it's looking, the way it bounced off of that, it's looking like it's going to at least come down to test the bottom again. That looks like a continuation. Anytime you have a flat part and then you have declining, that's bearish. Same thing on the other side. If it was a flat top and a inclining lows, then that's bullish. We're kind of like in a bull channel on the euro yen. Still need the central pivot though. Been a tough trading week. A lot of promising setups, and it just ended up becoming consolidation. All right, so here's my voiceover right here. The voice that you hear. Doesn't look at my niece. Say hi, camera.
Oh, hi.
say day trade alert.
Day trade alert.
That's her, right? All right. A little bit of a quick update here. Looks like we're getting some move lower on the euro. And that's taken out my central pivot. So go ahead and remove this trade setup here. All eyes right now are to see if we maintain below the central pivot and what happens down here at the M2. That could be a trade setup as well. And we are still above central pivot for the week on the euro yen, but it's looks like it's following the footsteps of the euro USD. Take a look at the four horsemen. So if we can break out of this pattern right here to the downside, that would be nice. What I do like about it is this is a double top, and once we break and close below this right here, that's typically a pretty sound move down. CAD is still in the pattern. Again, if we don't get the close below, if it keeps rejecting and it does one of these, then we're looking for this right here, which would be, that pattern right there would be over here. It would look like this. It would come back up and do one of those, or it would do it on tomorrow's pivots. Actually, we're talking about the euro yen, this one right here. Or it would do it on tomorrow's pivot. It would come down, it would reject, it would come up and do one of these. That's the rejection to the downside.
It's negative. You would never do
again, this is
you're compounding.
So this is where we're at right now as far as our swing trades go. These are the only two that we have. They're maturing. Got knocked out of a lot of things this week, but we're still in profit, so, for the week. Alright, it's 11:47 a.m. It's just a quick little update here. It looks like we got a little bit of price discovery here. Let's delete this. We did come up to test the pivot and then drop. So that's the central pivot for the day. And it looks like we are coming down to the central pivot for the week on the euro yen. We'll take a look at that in the Four Horsemen. And here we go. We had the break of what was the triangle. And now it's looking, now what's happening is we're getting a range here. So we'll see if we can get a break above this range and higher. So we'll take a look and see what that looks like on the Four Horsemen. Again, these are just 15-minute charts. They're going to look quite different on the hourly charts. So we are getting, let's go ahead and take it to the full pivots, day trading. Price came all the way up, and on this chart here, we didn't quite reach the take profit for the week. Right there's the difference, and in here that's the difference. But if we take a look at the see, we're almost at central pivot right now. First thing I can do is I can remove that setup. Right now we don't have this setup in play. Okay, let's go into the Four Horsemen. All right, so we are still in this channel here, and it would be interesting to see if we can hold below this right here. Maybe do something like this and then down. That would be a break to the downside, and then a break to the upside would look like a rejection and then come up and then hold above this line and then up. And this is the CAD. We had that triangle, and that triangle is turned now into a channel, so it's more of a neutral pattern now. Instead of a bearish pattern, we have a neutral pattern. If we break above this, either it's a fake out and we come back down and in, or we gain support off of this and we continue higher. Either way, it's better. It's a better position now to reach the central pivot than we were earlier. All right, it is 1:22 p.m., so we're still about another hour and 40 minutes away from the New York close. Let's go ahead and take a look at the full pivots here. Possible bounce off a central pivot here for the euro yen. We're going to watch that closely. We're watching this central pivot right here, see if it holds, or if price holds below, or if it comes back above. We are going to be having a, well, you know, how close did we get to take profit on the weekly? We didn't hit it on these charts, but we hit it on the forex.com charts, so it's kind of, but if we do take it, it will be right in here. And this one here, it would be right in here, because this would be our zone. Central pivot, M2. Let's see here. As far as the pound US dollar goes, this was our trade setup back in here. In fact, I don't know why I deleted that. Alright, let's get that back on there. So we did rebounce off of it again right here. Where did this go? Bounced off the M2 right here. There it is. And this is our pivot zone right here. So we're coming out of the red box. We go right inside here for a buy. We have the trade set up here. We hit the red zone, and this is our box. So we're gonna take a buy right inside there for the pound yen. Still have too much space between price and central pivot here on the CAD yen, and we don't trade the USD CAD. All right, that's that. I'm going to go ahead and end this video here and immediately start recording the video for tomorrow. So go ahead and subscribe. Make sure you don't miss a video. And we'll see you then.